Welcome to LeftBackFPL.
Way.
Hello, listeners. We are back. Game week 2 is coming up. We've had the start. Game week 1 is gone. It's brilliant to have the football back, though, isn't it?
Amazing. Great to be back.
And wow, what a week, eh? What a week. Game week 1 was really the story of Mo Salah or no Salah. You're on one side of the fence or the other, and unfortunately for me, I'm hiding my head in shame and hanging it in shame because I didn't go with Mo. I went with Mane, who I don't know, all foul. Really bad.
It was all that talk of the pre-season games. Mane was like the hot pick, weren't he? So a lot of people went for Mane as well. But yeah, Salah did it on the opening day, as he has done the last 3 seasons, I think.
Mane had the ball in the net as well, didn't he? It was a great finish.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, yeah. Can't believe that was disallowed. Cheating at VAR. Anyhow, ladies and gents, I'm joined by the likely lads. We've got everyone here except for Captain Russ. No surprise he's not here. He's had a bit of a shocker, Captain Russ. He did even worse than I did. So he's probably hiding somewhere. Ricky Pellegrini, you've done okay. Sean the John McGinn fanboy, you're back. How are you,
back.
Mate?
Fantastic, mate. Sorry, I missed the big opening thing last week. I didn't want to give away any of my tactics.
Back from Bahamas. No birds today. You didn't put any in your cake?
I left them in Barbados. That's where I left them.
Barbados, of course.
Yeah, that was it.
How are you, NVD? You looking very happy?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm just glad I woke up at 5 o'clock on Saturday morning and changed Mane to Salah.
Oh, no.
Save my bacon, mate.
That's a good choice, mate. That's a good shout. Because that's a cheeky one you did there. Because last week you told everyone Mane, and yet,
mate, I was
your alarm so you could make the change.
I was on Mane all the way, and then just some gut reaction just said...
it's like the kid next to you at school, and you cheat on the test, and then just before the teacher gets the paper, he crosses it out and puts the right answer.
I was,
you, NVD.
I was always that
Never
kid.
trust the Scousers. Never trust them.
Did you get a cheeky phone call from Klopp? Were you using your contacts?
He did send me a message, and he was like, Mo's looking sharp. You best do that change. But I didn't captain him, so I didn't capitalise. But you know what? You
can't have them all, mate. And as well, guys, without any further ado, we've got the man. It is Patrick Vieira. How are you, Vieira?
I'm good, thank you. Much better this week. Much better.
Good stuff, mate. You've been having a few late nights. He's been working very hard on the LeftBackFPL website, ladies and gents, which is looking blinding, I have to say. Good stuff from Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, I'm good. Good for something. Not so good,
man,
when it comes to Fantasy Premier League, but when it comes to websites, I can help you out there.
And what's that website address again?
LeftBackFPL.com.
It sure is. Please have a look over there if you've not seen it. Thank you, Patrick. It looks absolutely blinding. It has got a copy of the table up there, so you'll see how we're all doing. And we'll jump into the table. It's Sean the John McGinn fanboy. He wasn't on the show last week, and he's soared to the top of the table. So, Sean, I think you boycotted the show last week on purpose, have you?
Just, if you give away too much, it's a bit much. So I've been missing for a while. I've been out there and back where I belong, at the top, I think.
That's any of your tips. Kept them all to yourself. You are top. 83 points for you from the game week 1, and that's inside the top 200,000. How are you feeling? Good about it?
Not a bad return. Yeah, I'll take that. 83 points is always good. A bit disappointed a few of my players, low scoring. Would have liked to be higher, but not a bad start.
If you were disappointed about a few of your players, I was absolutely disheartened by my whole team, mate. Nearly all of them. I almost wanted to give up, to be honest.
It's one big decision that you get right? It's a bit luck. Salah takes 2 penalties.
It's true.
2 crackers.
It was a pens, right? I mean, Vardy got a couple of pens. Salah got a couple of pens. What's your favourite move then, Sean, in your team? Is there anyone you're particularly proud of other than Mo Salah as captain?
definitely has to be the Everton duo, right? DCL up front and Digny in defence, linking up well together. Combined 20 points between those two. I think Tottenham were very unlucky, right? I think they played all right, and Everton got a good result there. And getting both the creator and the goal scorer in your team is a good point for them. Clean sheet, obviously, for Digny. It's a bit of luck there.
Lovely when you see that happen as well. And many fans were praying for the same from the Saints, and it almost came true with Carl Walker-Peters crosses it in last minute. Danny Wings was there, but Guitar, and who called out Guitar last weekend? I think it was NVD. You were looking at Palace.
That's right, yeah. Guitar and Zaha, mate. I never listen to my own advice, mate.
I'm a bit surprised. I don't have the stats, but looking across the teams, there's very few Leicester players have been chosen this season, right? I think the way they ended the season and not having an away victory since Boxing Day, people were, not trusting them. But I think there's still value out there in Leicester.
That was a big talking point last week, and Patrick Vieira had a look at Leicester for us, and he told us they're going to struggle, not to bother. And I think a lot of people have been thinking about that, and Patrick Vieira specifically saying that, and that's why everyone boycotted them.
Let me just clarify. It's going to be for the season. They're not going to be like top 4 this season,
I think they're going to be a little sly underdog, because I think, when I was watching them this weekend, I just started thinking, hang on, they're not that bad. They're still a top 10 team, probably.
Oh, sure.
Harvey Barnes looked really quick. And if the boy could finish, he'd be lethal. He'd be in my team every week if he could finish. But anyhow, I digress, guys. Let's get into the table. Second place in the NYC Brit Street Boys League, just below Sean the John McGinn fanboy. It is Ricky's mate from Pub. He's in second. Man of the Matcham.
Decent start, but I'm glad to see our lad Sean just nipping him at the end there today. So, he's got a decent team.
And has he been in touch, Matcham, with his 81 points?
Yeah, he sent us a text on Saturday just saying like he's loving it and he's back where he belongs, but it was short-lived.
He is loving it. He sent it from McDonald's, did he? Okay, guys, into the third position in the NYC Brit Street Boys, we have got Ricky Pellegrini. You're sitting in third, mate. First last season. Good start. You're up there. You're in third. I mean, you've got to be quite happy. 78 points inside the top.
Yeah, like me and Sean were tubing down the Delaware River, as I was saying before, and just, no signal. I was really struggling to keep up the Liverpool game. But lo and behold, we ended that and saw Salah got a hat-trick. So that, choosing your captain, obviously, that was a wise decision. But Callum Wilson against West Ham, I just had a feeling he always scores against West Ham, so weren't surprised there. But yeah, a few bad mistakes as well. That Vinagre from Wolves didn't actually start. He was tipped to be their left back while Johnny is injured. But then they went and bought another player, literally just a couple of days ago. So that one was a bad decision. But yeah, the rest of the team overall pretty good, getting above the average and 78 points, so not too bad.
What was the average this week, lads?
It was 50.
50 was the average.
50 points, yeah.
I think I need to hang up the mic. I only got 41. Oh, well, there we go. In fourth position in the league, it's the man who came last year. Oh, second, sorry. Let me start again. He comes second bottom, right, Patrick Vieira?
Yeah, last season. But no, but a good, better start this. Actually, last season.
Yeah, you did better last season, first game, didn't you?
Yeah, no, last season, game week 1, I was top of the table with my highest ever weekly score. And then it all obviously went downhill from there. So, yeah, this week is middle of the table, which is fine with me.
Yeah, he's looking good for you. I mean, I'm hoping for more of the same from last year, so you drop a little bit.
I'm
but
sure.
Start full of ham in fourth. Below you, it is the man who loves Europa League, and he's finished fifth last season, and he's holding on to fifth, holding on to your own NVD.
There you go. I just, I'm a creature of comfort.
Just can't get out of that.
Just, I kept it warm since last season. It's like I've been hibernating there. I mean, look, to be honest, like I said, Salah was in a last-minute addition to the team. Otherwise, I would have been done, absolutely dismally. It is what it is.
This morning, actually, mate, and I have to admit, I couldn't believe, as a Liverpool fan, he didn't go all in on Salah, knowing he got the hat-trick last year, start of the season. Why didn't you go for him? You didn't
much like I said in the preview last week. I mean, sure, look, at the end of the day, you can't write Salah off. But I just saw him in pre-season. I saw Mane, and I was like, you know what, Mane's built for this game. And another thing as well is that I actually probably just discredited Leeds, to be honest. I mean, even though I knew they were a good championship outfit, they played really, really well. And I think they'll give a lot of teams a hard time. And, I actually thought it'd be a bit of a walk in the park. And I thought, you know what, this is built for a game like Mane, who just seemed on fire. And that's why he was in my team. And for some reason, I just woke up early on Saturday morning and thought, you know what, let's chuck Salah in. But I still thought Aubameyang would really do the business against Fulham. And I think Arsenal did play well against Fulham, and Fulham struggled. But, Salah, look, he got 2 penalties as well. If Milner was on the pitch, he wouldn't have got as many points. So,
I feel
it's one of those weird ones, really.
But that's a big point to think about, though, isn't it, now? Because I can only presume Milner's not going to play much this season.
Exactly. So especially now that we've got a specialist left back cover for Robertson.
Yeah.
So
not massively sway everything in Salah's favour if he's going to be the guy that takes.
Yeah. I mean, I think if the season's anything to start by, he's probably going to be. You could probably start to see that. I don't know. I think he was 50%, maybe above owned in game week 1. That's probably going to shoot up to about 75% now. To be honest, I think everyone's going to scramble to get him in. He seems like he's going to have one of those seasons. Maybe it's just that permanent fixture. So.
Has he risen in price yet?
He hasn't yet, no.
No, still.
He's only by 35% so far, but like you say, he's definitely going to shoot up. Because I think he was the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. He was just running. Even though he get 2 penalties, he was involved with everything, and he just looks back to his best,
Yeah, I think there was a stat that was saying, his number of touches in the box was around 22, and the combined touches in the box by all the promoted teams was 22. So, yeah, he was just he was almost unplayable that game. So
I might have a controversial choice for next week. You'll see later in the show.
Oh, that's exciting on centre hooks. I want to hear this. Okay, quickly rounding out the table in 6th position, 1 point above myself. It's the man who burns sausages at barbecues. It is Sausage Burner. Ladies and gents, if you're new to the show, you might not know that, but from last year, Sausage Burner comes with barbecue. Sausages are looking lovely. Last minute, he burned them. Put the lid down, burnt the sausages. He's in 6th position. And below him, I've already alluded to it, in 7th, where I finished last season. It's none other than myself, Jimmy Ferg. I got 41 points. I am kicking myself for the Mane, no Salah, but guys, what do you think? Is it done now? How do you claw that back? You've lost 40 points there.
No, you got, it's only a game early doors. But what I wanted to ask you, Jim, you went for the double up in Liverpool defence as well. Do you think you're going to stick with that?
I did go for the double up, and I'll tell you why, because I actually changed it last minute, and I had Mitrovic up top with Ings and that Werner lad. And I don't know, I thought to myself, hang on, over the night, I thought, well, actually, Mitrovic over the course of the season won't get as many points as Robertson. So get Mitrovic out, get Robertson in with Trent. So I got Robertson in, got Mitrovic out, realised couldn't afford it. And then somehow I ended up getting Werner out and keeping Robertson. So I sort of really messed it up, mate.
Fair enough. Well, Robertson did get an assist, didn't he? Because you actually said that on Friday night, and it actually gave me second thought. So I actually swapped out James and put Robertson in. But obviously James got like 14 points.
Yeah, double, and I've got to admit, mate, I'm a little bit concerned about that Liverpool double. I feel as though, I know NVD, you say Leeds came up and showed a good sort of fight of it, but also defensively, I don't think you guys were particularly hot at all. Like,
no, not really. Not when you've got Van Dijk making.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.